Death must be so beautiful, to lie in the soft brown earth with the grass waving above one's head and listening to the silence. To have no yesterday and no tomorrow, to forgive life and be at peace. Death has affected my life in so many ways. I've had grandparents pass away along with several men that I looked at as my own father. Seeing these deaths has made me realize that life can be taken away from you at any time. Several of the people in my life have had their lives taken away from them without any warning. They never had a chance to say goodbye to their loved ones because their time was so short here.
Now that this twister has taken all that's dear to you, the old man just smiles. Boy, let me tell you something.
How very softly you tiptoed into our world, almost silently. Only a moment you stayed, but what an imprint your footsteps left on our hearts.
When I was little, death was a scary concept for me. I was always really scared to die, and the idea of dying was, I couldn't even think about it. And then on January 26, 2012, my sister passed away from a rare form of cancer, and this changed my perspective on death. Made me realize that death is not as scary because I had somebody that was close to me pass away from something that was very hard to go through, and she did it with such ease. She was never scared to die. She was always making jokes, not about death, but just in general. She'd laugh about a ton of stuff and make it seem like every day was her last, and she didn't really care what people thought about her, and she knew kind of that she was gonna die, and this didn't scare her at all. And to me, it was always really scary. But when I had her by my side going through this, and I learned that death isn't as scary because she kind of taught me about that. Death has changed me into a person that's stronger. I've gone through something like that. I've witnessed death, and so, okay, start over. Death has made me a stronger person. I feel more confident in life, and I've learned to love everyone around me and to live every day like my last, because that's what Emily did. And I know that my time here might be short, and so letting the little things go in life that mattered before and loving everyone around you has definitely made an impact on my life because of Emily. Cut.
Some say you are too painful to remember. I say you're too precious to forget.
Hi, I'm Jim Clark. And a few years ago, I had my best friend die. His name was Terry. We worked together for a long, long time. We were really, really close. He died of cancer. It was 10 months from the time they diagnosed him to the time he died. I guess he had a hard time because he really didn't want to die. I wouldn't go see him towards the end because I wanted to remember him healthy instead of all sick. Although I did see him about a month before he died. How did that change me? Well, I guess it made me feel really lonely. So after Terry died, the change it made is I really don't get close to anyone anymore. I tend to be more of a loner these days. As far as how it changed my perception of death, I really don't think it's the end. I was feeling really bad for a couple of weeks, and then one night while I was sleeping, actually Terry came to me in a dream. Told me he was all right, and he was going to leave, and I said, well, I'll go with you. He says, no, you can't. Not yet, but you will. So it makes me believe that after you die, you do reunite with the people you knew. So it's kind of a good feeling, I guess. That's pretty much it.
Until one has lost an animal, a part of one's soul remains unawakened.
Hi, I'm Jen from Montana. I lost my hermit crab.
How did you lose your hermit crab?
He was like 60 years old. He was really old, and that's how he died.
So he died from old age?
Yeah.
What was the hardest part about losing your crab?
Every day I used to come home from school, and I used to give him fresh food and fresh water, and then I would let him walk around the carpet with me, and then he would sit on my lap while I played video games, or he would sit on the couch, and that would be fun.
Did this death change you as a person?
Not really. No.
No. And did your perception on death change?
What's perception?
Like how you look at death?
Yeah.
How?
I just really didn't think about dying a lot until he died, and I really thought about it, and that's how it got different.
Life is a dream walking, death is going home.
My name is Kelsey Quick. I lost my dad when I was 12. He died the day after my birthday. And before I lost him, I thought death was just an old people thing. But now I know that it's instantaneous, that you never know when it's going to happen. What happens after death? I just kind of think you disappear and your body just stays here. I think death is, I don't think it's a scary thing. It's natural because it happens, but I don't like it because I don't like losing people that I love, and it makes me really sad.
Death can make people view things in a more positive way. They realize that they need to live each moment like their last because they don't know when their life might be coming to a closing. Seeing death up close will bring people closer and allow them to become stronger. No matter who you have seen pass away, it makes us stronger in different ways. It is a curious thing, the death of loved ones. We all know that our time in this world is limited, and eventually all of us will end up underneath some sheet, never to wake up. And yet, it is always a surprise when it happens to someone we know. It is like walking up the stairs to your bedroom in the dark and thinking there is one more stair than there is. Your foot falls down through the air, and there's a sickly moment of dark surprise as we all try to readjust the way we thought of things.